Hi everybody, how you doing? It's now 20 to 6 UK time. This day has just flown by. It's gone very quickly. I've just been sitting here watching Lord of the Rings. I'm on the second one now. But I've got the time clock. I've got the clock open here, the world clock. This is the time in New York. It's now 20 to 1, so it's afternoon now in New York City. And indeed, this is Washington DC. It's basically Eastern time zone. In the Western time zone, 9:42, so it's still the morning there. And of course, Hawaii is further back. Hawaii, it's sort of like still night time last night, by my standards. But some of you may be wondering why I haven't posted these videos on Facebook. Facebook have immediately banned. I tried to post part 1 on Facebook, and Facebook just said, nah. You've got the naughty links in the description box, so no. So I'm not going to bother trying with Facebook, to be honest. On this, what I'll do is I'll post a notice on Facebook using a relay link, but I can't be bothered to do that right now. So that's annoying. But you see, Facebook, I mentioned this before. Facebook have banned my pages. This happened in stages over the last few months. It's getting worse and worse and worse. I've got a series of articles on Hapan Voice called "I've Been Zucked." I've got 4 of those articles, which indicates how stage after stage after stage they've been shadow banning and then completely banning my pages. So I've been developing new and more crafty ways around it as time goes on. So the arms race of humans versus artificial unintelligence is continuing. But anyway, I've got my hat on still. See, still. No results in yet. We don't have any results. Like I said, it's still only midday in the eastern United States. It's going to be hours before we get any results. The Lotus Eaters are streaming from midnight, so I'm going to tune into that that's when the results probably will come in my time zone. Can't expect anything really before then, and during that period of the night time, more and more results will come in. Usually by the early hours we have some indication of who's ahead and who's behind. I've been watching some good videos along with Lord of the Rings. One of them is Styx Hexenhammer. He's done a series of good videos, including he's advising people at their polling stations, if they can, just keep an eye out for anything strange coming along. So, for example, if an unmarked black van turns up with a load of ballot boxes in the back, and they just quickly shut, and someone sort of craftily carries them into the back door, through the back door where I think no one can see them, get a note of the number plate, things like that, you know, because there is going to be an attempt. I think there's going to be an attempt at what happened in 2020. Whether it'll be successful or not, I don't know. One thing I know for certain is Kamala Harris cannot win. In a fair and square election, she's doomed. But this does not mean you will not see her taking office, and in 2020, in January next year, you may see her taking office, just like Joe Biden did when he didn't win. I can't say too much about that because I want this on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying here. You know what I'm talking about here. Sargon's done this very good video here. The moment of destiny is upon us. It's just 7 minutes long, but it's oops, hang on, where is it now? Let's refresh it. It's just 7 minutes long, but it's just basically about this is the moment of destiny is upon us, which is basically saying what I've often said is this is a very, very important moment that Donald Trump stands for. The good, positive sides of America, optimism, freedom, things like that, and he quintessentially supports that. He supports it in a very, very fundamental way, and because he's not a trained politician, he can express it in a way which is why people love him, because he expresses that patriotic sentiment which has characterized the US from its very inception. Kamala Harris is just an empty vessel. She's an empty vessel into which the globalist world order just pours whatever it needs. I mean, Kamala Harris had to drop out of the 2020 primaries because she was so unpopular with her party, and now they skipped the whole primary thing and they just basically parachuted her into the nomination when Joe Biden quit. And Sargon puts it very, very well here in just a 7-minute video. He says, which side are you on? Are you on the side of peace, of freedom, of prosperity, of patriotism, Americans, or are you on the side of, you will own nothing, you'll be happy, you'll be a cog in the machine, you'll be what's that phrase you used? You'll be just live and work and do and be nobody until you die, and then you go back into the sludge from which you came, which is how the New World Order sees us. Yeah, it's a very good video, very short, poignant video that Sargon has done, and I will be watching his live stream later. Something I wanted to tell you, I haven't told you before, but I think now's a good time. I have become a Patreon. In other words, I'm now a paid supporter of a content creator. It's this one. It's one you've probably heard of, the Y-Files. It doesn't really need an explanation. You can go and check it out and see what it's like. I just love this channel. I love it, and I've decided to support it financially. As a result, I get some privileges, like I get to see the videos before anyone else does, and I get to take part in hangouts. So I was in my first Patreon hangout the other day, and there were several hundred people there, so I didn't get to speak, but I got to post questions to the team, AJ and the team. What I love about Y-Files is it's nostalgic, and it gives me a sense of... I was talking about this. I know at least one of you also loves the Y-Files. On one hand, it seems silly because it's guy AJ. He has this talking fish called Hecklefish, and a lot of people think, well, this is ridiculous. A lot of people turn away from the Y-Files because of that. But to me, it's funny, and it's something children could enjoy. And he does keep it very family friendly. He never swears or anything in it. And what I love about it is it takes me back to the early days. Because, I mean, I've been a conspiracy theorist now for, in terms of being serious, probably about 30 years, maybe a bit more. Early 90s, it's this sort of grew up slowly during the course of my life. It has sort of... It's no one moment when I became a conspiracy theorist. It was sort of built up slowly. Even when I was a kid, I was reading UFO and paranormal books and things, so I had an interest even at a very young age. I know I was into Roswell during the late 80s because I became a bit obsessed with it when I read the Doomsday Conspiracy, which I think I read in 1989. The Y-Files takes me back to an era when to me it's escapism. It takes me back to the time when I suppose conspiracy theories were fun rather than frightening. During the first decade or so, I was a conspiracy theorist. It was light-hearted. In a way, I yearned for those days. I yearned for those carefree days. Before my daughter came home from school and told me the school were going to fingerprint her, and I suddenly realised it's real. It's real. Because, as you know, that was a major turning point in my life. But the Y-Files, the Y-Files is a form of escapism, I admit that, but it's something I personally need at some time to time. I don't descend and immerse myself in fantasy. I can face the real world. I'm doing it right now, but I do need time off. Definitely, I need time off. So yeah, just watch these things, and I hope you enjoy them. It just says it. Sargon just kind of says it all here, and there's a whole load of people that's live streaming. Alex Jones is live streaming, of course. Red Ice, Steve Bannon, Hearts of Oak. They're all live streaming this, but I'm going to watch Lotus Eaters because I like Sargon's take. I think I like them best. So yeah, it's just £7 to be a Patreon of Y-Files. It's just £7 a month on its standard tariff. So, to me, that's worth it. I mean, it's more than what most people pay more than that for their mainstream TV bloody prol feed, don't they? So that's fine. I'll pay the £7 a month and support that channel and get the most out of it. So yeah. So basically, there's nothing more to report right now, except you won't see me on Facebook. I've actually shut Facebook for the day, just to stop me being distracted by it. I can't, like I said, I will post the compilation notice at the end using a relay link, but I'm not going to be posting these videos, links to these videos on Facebook, unfortunately. As I said, Facebook have banned my web pages, and I always put these in the description box. And now Facebook are now checking the content of the things, not just the link, to see if there's... This is why when I post a relay link, I can't even add the link I want to post until until afterwards. It's a long saga about my Facebook banning, but I'll tell it in full one day. But anyway, I finished the white wine. I finished the white wine. There it is, Barefoot, American, of course, Pinot Grigio from California, and I don't know. Should I have the Jim Beam or the red? I think I'll have the red wine next. That's the same brand, Barefoot from California. So it's all American things tonight, and yeah, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do now but wait. I watch Lord of the Rings to put positive energy into the ether and to take my mind off any gloomy thoughts. And yeah, that's the thing to do. I might get through the entire saga before the end, but I probably won't have time to watch all of it. But I'll watch all of it before I go back to work on Thursday. Anyway, guys, I hope you're having a good evening, whatever you're doing. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order.